Hey there, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a blog schedule. So as you guys know, blogging is becoming more important in your marketing plan just because search engines are always looking for fresh content on your website. So I actually had a Connect the Dot customer ask me last week kind of like what the best way to blog was. So what I thought I would do is create a video here where you can see kind of my tips on how to set up a blog schedule and then how to kind of execute delivering those different posts online. So let's get started. Here's the process. So first of all, you need to determine how many times you're going to blog. Do it on a yearly basis. So kind of choose like once a week, which would be 52 posts a year, or once every 2 weeks, so 26. So just determine how many times you're going to blog. Of course, you can blog more than that if you want to kind of spontaneously or sporadically blog. Um, but just set at least a minimum number of posts you're going to execute in a year. And then what I want you to do is actually set up a list. We'll actually go through these steps in more detail. So set the topics in advance, set writing requirements, assign writers and deadlines, pre-purchase images, upload scheduled posts, and then post on social media newsletters. So let's go through all the steps in a little bit more detail. And from there, if you have any questions, you can shoot me an email. So the first question is quite simple. How often will you be blogging? I suggest you blog once a week or at least once every 2 weeks. If you start to do it less than that, you're really not going to see as many of the benefits as you could. So just set up a quantifiable amount of times you plan on blogging, and then let's come up with a list and set the topic. So, if you're a physiotherapist, you might choose, okay, the first 12 blog posts of the year, I'm going to focus on the most common injuries. And then maybe the second, bunch of blogs, you're going to focus on kind of preventative measures or nutritional tips to increase, increase performance. Like you can choose whatever you want, but just set up a bunch of different topics, line them up, put them on a schedule, put them on a calendar, and just come up with your list of topics in advance. And then just make sure you consider the time of the year. So, in June, you might want to have something related to Father's Day or like golfing or something that, maybe, men might be or fathers might be more interested in. Or if it's Christmas, maybe you have a Christmas time blog, kind of happy holidays type thing. So, yeah, just set your topics in advance and make sure you consider a few of the different things. Step three is set writing requirements. I have a lot of businesses who I work with who have their staff write blog posts, and if that's the case, you just want to make sure everything is consistent. So what I do is I always encourage the businesses I work with to set up writing requirements, and they can kind of just fill out a form in Microsoft Word that have these little pieces of information. So here are some things you can consider. You might add other things to this or remove things from this, but I recommend just have a title, have an excerpt, so what the kind of snapshot or the preview is going to be. Have a list of relevant SEO keywords. This is really important because we want to make sure that the search engine's actually picking up picking up the keywords that we want to be optimizing, and we can actually add these keywords into the meta keywords of our blog post. Have a few linked keywords throughout the article to other areas of your site. So if you're a physiotherapist in Vancouver, you might be able to see like being a physiotherapist in Vancouver, and then you could link physiotherapist in Vancouver to your physiotherapy page, and that's going to help your optimization. Your blog post should be 250 words or more, but you can break it down into paragraphs, sections, categories, however you want to do it. Make it easy on the eye, make it efficient and nice for the end user to read, but just make sure you have 250 words or so that the search engines are kind of picking it up and paying attention to it. And then set a goal, a call to action. It could be something as simple of interested in learning more, contact our office for our weekly seminars or whatever that call to action is. So, once you have the number of posts you're writing, the different topics, kind of a set way to write the articles, you want to assign writers and deadlines to your staff if you're going to use your staff or even for yourself. You need to set deadlines. So pick all the different topics out and then figure out which staff members are going to write, the various topics. And then just set a deadline. So, maybe your December 31st blog post that you put out on New Year's Eve is going to be due December 15th, 2 weeks before. So just set a hard deadline for all of your writing articles, because you're going to need to go in and spend a few minutes making sure that it's, all the spelling mistakes are out of there, and that you have all the call to actions, and then that it's uploaded properly. So once you've assigned the writers and you know all the topics, everything's kind of starting to come together now. Images always seem to be a problem. What I recommend is just understand that you're going to have, let's say 26, 52 posts. I would just purchase a month-long subscription on Shutterstock.com. It's kind of like a royalty-free image, and since you know the topics, you can actually buy kind of 2 or 3 images per topic, but you're only paying that set monthly fee. I think it's around $250 to $300, and you get 25 downloads per day. So like the first thing you do or the last thing you do at the end of the day could be to download your 25 images, but over time you're going to have all of the images for your blog post. And just a kind of a tip, they always try to get you on the automatic renewal. So if you do sign up for that 1 month subscription, make sure you turn off the automatic renewal. So step 6, so now you have your blog posts written. Just upload them using your WordPress blog or in your WordPress blog. And you can actually schedule your posts. So even if you have a post that's not supposed to be uploaded or live until 2 weeks from now, you can actually upload them, preview them, and then schedule them so that you can kind of sit back and relax on the day of the deadline, and you don't need to worry about anything. And the last thing is, now you have, your blog post is live. Make sure you're sending some traffic to there. Get some feedback. This is great content. Share it on your social mediums. Find a way to engage your clientele. Ask them what what kind of topics they want you to write about, and then you can include posts in your newsletter as well. So this is just, again, a little bit of education on kind of just my method on how to set up a blog post schedule. There's obviously more than one way. That's just how I like to do it. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to shoot me an email, Nashil@connectthedoc.com. And if we can help you out with any of your marketing needs, let me know, and we're happy to help. So thanks again for watching this video, and we look forward to staying in touch.